here's the thing that we've learned this year. The best things in life aren't things. It's memories.
Experience.
It's stuff like this.
Yes.
This is what really matters. This year has taught us so much. Just getting outside of our comfort zone, traveling, seeing new things, having new experiences. It's not about the things you get, it's about the memories, because memories stay with you forever and things disappear. Memories stay with you forever. Things disappear. Things disappear. Things disappear. Things disappear. Well, welcome to season 2. It's not how we plan on starting this season. I guess we've got an announcement to make.
Little one.
Yeah. As of today, we are going full time. We will be living in this camper full time. Something that we talked about doing anyway. We had such a blast traveling last year. We got a little sad every time we came home, and we got to talking about it, and like, man, it'd be awesome to just live on the road full time. So we actually had a plan this year. I was going to start trying to figure out how to work from the road. Had a plan together. I was getting ready to present it at work, and we were going to go 3 months, spend the whole summer on the road. Planned on hitting the Northeast. Had a whole itinerary laid out. And then around March, everything kind of fell apart. I don't have to tell you what's been going on in the world. I remember, it was mid-March. I went in on a Monday, and the mood was just totally different. By lunchtime, we all got laid off. And there was no indication that we were going to be coming back anytime soon. The company that I worked for was in the amusement business, and my job was to design the new locations. Obviously, when the whole world shuts down, the last thing people are going to be doing is going to arcades. So we had to cease all operation, and some cuts had to be made. I was one of them. I came home and broke the news to everybody that afternoon, and I'm not going to lie, that first month or so was absolute torture. I didn't know if I was going to get my job back, and the kind of job that I had was very specific to the company that I worked for. I don't have a background in what I did other than the little bit that I've done for myself and my other businesses, and I couldn't just go out and get a job somewhere else doing the same thing. So we had a tough decision to make. And after talking about it for a while, praying about it, we decided to sell the house. And it's like once we made that decision, a weight was just lifted off our shoulders. We said that we talked about this for a while, wanting to travel, wanting to see the country, and we made that decision to sell the house and travel full time, and just everything just seemed to fit from that point. After a solid month of depression and anxiety and not knowing what to do, just all of a sudden we had a plan. We knew what we were going to do, and everything's kind of worked out since.
The house sold in 6 days. My car sold in an hour. But we feel like anything that we've tried to do is it's been meant to be. It's been such a smooth, so far, transition, and it is kind of heartbreaking to sell our beautiful home, but
Last night was the last night in our house, and I was telling the kids, like, you don't need to be sad about this, because we got that nice house in the nice subdivision, and we worked hard to get there, and this is where most people stop. You know, most people get to this point and say, I'm good. That's what I've been looking for. You know, that's what they worked for their whole lives. Now that we've been dealt the hand that we've been dealt, we're going to keep going. We're ready for the next step. We're ready to close this chapter. We're ready to move on and hit the road and have some good experiences. Plan for the future from here. We're going back to college. You know, I never finished my degree. I've been a serial entrepreneur for my entire adult life, so it's time to go back to college, get back in school. This will be fun.
Yeah, and the kids are already homeschooled, so.
Yeah, so 4 of us in school at the same time. We can do it. We can do it. So for now,
I'll let you know.
Yeah. So for now, we've got a reservation at the KOA down the street, our local KOA. We're gonna go ahead and pull the camper down there, get everything set up, and then we need to come back here to the house because the movers are gonna be here at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we've still got a ton of work to do.
So much.
We've got most everything packed up, but they're gonna come get the furniture and like everything in our tote boxes and get all that loaded up, and then we're probably gonna spend the rest of the week back here at the house
Cleaning.
getting everything finished. So that's that. Surprise! Welcome to season 2 of Highway Therapy. We're now officially, as soon as we pull out of this driveway, we will officially be full-time RVers, and we're doing it in the middle of a pandemic and nationwide civil unrest.
What?
So,
What?
hey, why not? Oh yeah, and we've already got plans to head to Florida for one of our first big adventures. So let's do that in the middle of summer during hurricane season, just to spice it up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little excitement.
Hey, why not? I got a drone, by the way. I bought that because I thought it'd be cool for this season. So we'll see if I can get a really good drone shot of us leaving the house.
Okay.
Watch me crash it.
Please don't.
That's all I need. Oh yeah, forgot about the murder hornets. Ouch!
No, no.
Where you going? Where you going?
Murder hornet.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to get this shot with the drone. I'm hoping that it's like all cinematic and cool looking. I've got the drone sitting in front of the truck. I'm gonna take off and hopefully do this neat little tracking thing. We'll see how it turns out. There it goes. Focus. Still trying to figure this thing out.
Getting closer.
Oh. Okay, all right.
It's too close. It was like
Little too close for comfort. All right.
The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay.
Well, what was that? 15 minutes?
Yeah.
That's the quickest trip we've ever had to a campsite.
Yes, it is. Ever.
Let me see that. Are you excited?
Yes! I mean, just look at all the parks and the bouncy thing and the sand and oh.
This is what makes me feel like we've made the right decision. We're 15 minutes from home at a KOA, and the kids are ecstatic.
I'm excited.
I want the chicken.
Okay, let's do it.
Tell
Let's
me
do
that
it.
was cool.
Yeah, so first official campsite as full-time RVers. Had to park all the way over there. Can't say I would have picked this site as my first choice, but that's what they had. Got 3 stabilizer jacks down, and the 4th one I really didn't need to. Kind of took care of that on its own. Not a huge fan of this little step up here because we're gonna have to step down and step up onto the patio. But I mean, hey, we'll take what we can get. It's 15 minutes from home, so I'm not gonna complain.
Forgot the trash bags.
What do you think, honey?
No. You guys.
About what?
Campsite. So this side will work for now for this camper, but we may or may not be planning on upgrading before we leave town. I think that's in the works, but what did you ask him about that?
Yes.
Because I don't think anything bigger will fit here, will it?
No, he said that he will work with us. He has a lot of people leaving.
Okay.
Like a lot.
Didn't you tell him when we booked it though that we were
Yes.
gonna have a bigger one?
And a 50 amp.
And we've got 30 amp and like
Tiny.
not enough room for the
Tiny hole.
camper and the truck both. Well, let's head back to the house.
No!
We don't have any water because Dum Dum, Daddy here, bought that brand new hose and left it at the house. So we have no way of getting
And I don't
water.
have any trash bags because I took them out into the house.
Yeah. We needed to get it here before it got too late, so we got to go back. We'll hang out long enough for the AC to kick in. How about that? Okay.
And
Oh my God, honey, I want you. Look at this. Look at this. She doesn't want to go back.
You don't want to go back to the house? Ever?
Why?
She's not.
Like, are you?
But I don't even know what.
You're so happy right now to be here, aren't you? You're perfectly fine with this.
She's our travel baby. We got a travel puppy and a travel baby.
Nick, how you feeling?
I mean, as long as we have AC, water, and Wi-Fi, I'm fine.
AC, water, and Wi-Fi.
Sound
Well-
like a preteen.
Well, we got AC.
Yes.
Well, we'll have water in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the Wi-Fi.
Nobody's taking me away. Nobody.
Wi-Fi.
Well, no Wi-Fi, no campground Wi-Fi anyway. There's hotspot. Yeah, no campground Wi-Fi.
Oh crap.
Well, we've got the jetpack,
Yeah.
so we got 2 bars of signal. Hopefully that'll be enough. It better be because we're going to be here for 2 weeks. Night 1, I guess officially full time. I don't know. It still hasn't set in because I mean we're 15 minutes from the house. We don't have everything yet. I don't even have my clothes. Same stuff I wore yesterday. So it's about 6:30 in the morning. We're getting ready to go meet the movers to load up everything. Maybe it'll sink in then, but I mean, right now it still doesn't feel like we're full time. How you feeling?
Rough. I need to get Duke's dog bed because the cow laid on top of me most of the night.
I'm not feeling it yet.
Feeling what?
I feel like we just pulled the camper to a campground and spent the night, and we're going back home today. I mean, it doesn't. We could still back out of the deal at this point. You know,
You want to?
we haven't closed on the house, so technically we could still back out of the deal. So it doesn't feel final. I think once we close on the house, it might be different. You think? All right, it's 6:53. We gotta go.
I know. I'm ready.
All right, let's roll, guys. Come on. This is kind of depressing. You can see exactly where the camper used to be parked. I don't think I've seen this area of my driveway since we bought the camper. Built the little side deck over there, put the pavers in, just so we're not walking off the hill to try to get into the camper. Might have killed some grass back here, but it's okay. It'll grow back. This is one thing that we really loved about this house, was that it had this lower driveway that was it's almost like it was built to park a camper here. And at the time, you know, we didn't own a camper when we moved here, but we knew that we wanted one. That was 2.5 years ago. It took us a year before we actually bought one. Had no idea how life-changing that would be. I'm looking at this house, I'm looking at this big empty spot where the camper would normally be, and I'm just thinking, if we hadn't bought that camper, what would we be doing right now? Like, I don't know. I don't know what we'd be doing right now. Our house is an absolute disaster right now for obvious reasons. This is the office where most of these videos get edited. Haley's room. Yeah, we got what? Like 2,500 square feet up here and another 2,000 or so in the basement, going to 400 square feet.
What are we thinking?
We're insane. You know, I'm not gonna miss it though. Like, I'm looking at it right now and this is a lot of space. Like, we don't
need this much space.
We don't.
We found that out very quickly moving into this house.
Yeah, honestly, like when we go camping, we come back and everybody just, you know, after spending a weekend or a whole week together, we come back to the house and everybody just scatters. You know, Haley would go off in her room, I'd go in the office, Trish would go in the bedroom, Nick would go upstairs, and it's like we don't talk to each other.
And I don't want that.
No.
Ever.
That's not healthy. You know, you get too much square footage and you're gonna separate. You're not gonna see each other. It's a beautiful house, and you know, we worked hard to get this, but now that we've got it, we're kind of over it.
We can live on less.
Yeah. The only thing I want to miss though,
We're better people when we're in the camper.
we really are. Well, you don't think I'm a good person right now?
No, I mean, we don't get hateful. We don't get mad at the kids as often. They are not fighting as often.
Come again. I'm not hateful. I want to remind you of that next time. Next time we set up the camper and you point at me and accuse me of being hateful, I'm going to remind you of that. I'm going to go back and show you that. I got it on video. You can't accuse me of being hateful anymore.
Okay, not when we're sitting up together. That doesn't count.
This is what he's going to miss. This is his spot. It's his favorite thing to do is just lay right there in his dog bed. You know, so he can look out the back door, watch squirrels.
He's so anxious.
And then when the sunlight comes in there and just warms him up, it's his happy spot.
Oh, baby.
These tore all to pieces.
It's okay. It's okay. You scratch your back. Just scratch my back.
One thing I am going to miss,
Oh, lay down.
a recliner.
Fine, it's unplugged.
Is it unplugged? Oh, plug me in, baby. One last time before the movers show up. Here we go.
He's going all the way back.
I want to miss that.
Duke, what are you eating on the floor? We have an hour and 13 minutes before the movers get here.
I just dropped it.
That's why I will not miss that stupid cord.
These guys are killing it. I'll tell you what, I've moved, I don't know how many times. Always done it myself. I was like, oh, I'm not going to pay somebody to do that. I can do it myself. Worth every penny. Absolutely worth every penny. I think they've been at it about 45 minutes and they're almost done. And honestly, you know, with everything else that we have going on right now, that's one less thing to stress about. I mean, we still got some stuff to move out after they're done, but you know, we don't close for another week. Lots of little things to take care of. We got to figure out how we're going to get mail. We got to change our address, kind of finalize everything here before we head out of town. There's a lot we still have to do. So having these guys is just one less thing to worry about. One of the best decisions we made was, well, we spent a small fortune on these boxes, but we've got what, like 55, 60 of these? Something like
Try
that.
again.
70.
70, 75 ish.
I don't know, there's a bunch, but we spent a small fortune on these things, but everything is in these boxes. Because, as many times as we've had to move, we've always scrounged up a bunch of cardboard boxes that fall apart, make an absolute mess. Nothing stacks up right. You put the wrong thing on top of the wrong box and it just all collapses and falls apart. But with these, they all stack up nice and neat, and it's real simple to move them.
Spend the extra couple $100 and get you some labels, a Sharpie. You'll thank me.
Yeah. The whole front of that truck, I didn't get a shot of it. The whole front of the truck is like 2 rows deep of nothing but these boxes. And you'll see once we get everything loaded in the storage unit, those are going to be in the front. So if we need to come back and get something out easily, we just look at a big, look at the box, find the label, we're good to go. So best advice I can give you, get a bunch of these boxes, label them, it'll save your life. I think these guys appreciate it too.
In theory.
In theory.
In theory,
Yeah.
we should be able to go in the storage unit and find what we need.
Well, there's where our stuff is going to be living for the next, who knows how long. Everything we own, except for the camera.
Out there.
And the truck. Well, everything we own is getting loaded into storage. It's really starting to hit home now. Like, this is where our stuff's going to live for the next 2, 3, however many years. This is a 10 by 20 storage unit, and those guys have promised me that they can fit everything in here. Well, they didn't promise. They said they could probably fit everything in here. But, I mean, they're the professionals, and tried to make that classic dad joke of, I bet you guys played a lot of Tetris as kids, but yeah, they hear that about 10 times a day. So these guys have been real good. I've got a lot of faith in them. I've got no doubt they're going to get everything in there. I'm going to go get in the AC and get out of their way. Well, lesson number 1, if you got a lot of stuff and you're planning on RVing full-time, you got to put it somewhere. Chances are you got more stuff than you think you had. We were kind of worried about that, so we rented, where we reserved 2 different units. We got a 10 by 20 and a 10 by 10 as a backup. I mean, these guys are pretty good. They're trying to get everything in one unit, but yeah. So that's all the furniture. Basically everything except for the tote boxes. I mean, I'm pretty impressed. That's pretty dang good, but oh my God, I didn't realize we had this much stuff. So, good thing we had the second unit, but now our storage bill is gonna be what, almost $300 a month?
Yeah.
If you're gonna RV full time, lesson number 1, get rid of all your stuff, or it's gonna get expensive. I knew I liked these guys. They got good taste in music. So see, with these yellow boxes, everything's stacked up nice and neat. Everything's labeled. So when we come in here and need to find something, all we gotta do is look for the sticker. Is it getting real yet, honey?
Oh, it's been real, babe. It's been real.
Thank you, bud. We're gonna get on to the next one. Like I said, when we get done with it, we'll swing back by for just a minute.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you all so much.
Now let's best luck with you, Suzanne. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Those guys are awesome. I love it. I'm telling you, I moved 3 or 4 times in the military. Never had that good of an experience. Never. that's one less thing that we have to stress about now. I mean, this is already a big pain in the butt trying to get everything moved out, get on the road. It's one less thing to worry about. Couldn't have done it without those guys. Fellas, appreciate it. Today is closing day. We officially closing the house in about 3.5 hours. It's 6:40 a.m. right now. And the reason we are out so early is because we have really been dragging our feet on getting the rest of the stuff out of the house and into storage. I'll be perfectly honest, it's mostly me. I thought, hiring the movers, having them come out and get all the furniture and all the boxes, I thought that would make it easier. And I was like, oh, I've got all this little stuff in the basement that I can get myself. That won't be any big deal, but the stuff in the basement is like, it's parts and equipment that I had with my old business. It's the business that I gave up for the job that I was recently laid off from. Trying to sift through all that, it just brought back so many memories. Like every little thing that I picked up, I could remember what job that came from. Going through that stuff in the basement was sentimental. It made me think about what I gave up. The emptier the basement got, the more the realization of what we're doing has hit me. That's led to some severe procrastination. I think we've all been procrastinating a little bit just because it's not easy giving up everything you've got and knowing that you're about to be homeless by choice. Then we still have to go back and get one more load of stuff from the house and then take the trash off. And we have to do all that before 9 o'clock, because at 9 o'clock we have to be back at the camper.
It's almost over. It's almost over.
This is it. Last time leaving the house.
We've had our ups and downs, I know. We still work through the doubt. Yeah, nothing can put out. I'll throw my back against the
Okay.
ropes. I got nowhere to go.
You okay?
I'm looking down the slope. I gotta strike a blow. 'Cause practice makes perfect,
Love you.
Me too.
This struggle got purpose and we grow. So whatever road we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the punches.